Hello everybody! How are all of you? What if I tell you that you can ask for 3 wishes? What would you wish for? While you think, I will wish for all of you that you always remain happy, healthy, and that you listen to lots of stories. Today I have a story about a man and the 3 wishes that he made. Once upon a time, there was a poor woodcutter. He lived with his wife in a village very close to a forest. Every day he would go to the forest and cut wood, and he would make just enough money to survive. The money that he made from cutting wood was just enough to buy food and to live in a house. That's all. He could not afford anything special, any luxurious clothes, or any other expensive things. But that was all right for him. One day, as usual, he took his axe and started walking towards the forest. Every day when he would walk towards the forest, he would sing a little song just to amuse himself. So I would want all of you to sing that song with me. I am a woodcutter, chopping wood is my job. I am a woodcutter, chopping wood is my job. But I don't mean harm to anybody. But I don't mean harm to anybody. As he would sing the song, he would reach into the middle of the forest and find a suitable tree to cut and take for selling. But today, his eyes fell on a very large tree. He noticed that the tree trunk was very wide, thick. The woodcutter thought, if I will cut this tree, I will have enough wood for the entire year. Oh, I will not have to work for the entire year and I can be rich too. Very good. So he took his axe and he was about to strike at the trunk of the tree when he heard a voice calling out, "Stop, stop, please, please don't cut this tree. Stop, stop." The woodcutter was surprised. He looked everywhere, up, down, sideways. Where was this voice coming from? And then he noticed on one of the branches of the tree there was a tiny creature. The creature jumped down and looked at the woodcutter's eyes and said, "Oh, I am a fairy and I live here on this tree. This tree is my home. If you will cut it, I will be homeless. I will have nowhere to go. Please, please, can you spare this tree? Please don't cut this tree." The woodcutter thought for a moment and replied, "Okay, if it's your home, then I will not cut it." The fairy was very happy to hear this. She said, "Stop, stop, don't go. I will repay you for your kindness. When you go home, you make 3 wishes and all those 3 wishes will come true by my magic." The woodcutter went back home. He had completely forgotten his meeting with the fairy and her promise of 3 wishes. He sat down to have his dinner. His wife had prepared a very thin soup which seemed more like water and 2 pieces of dry bread. The woodcutter, looking at his food, sighed deeply. Oh, how I wish that instead of this meal on my plate, I had a delicious sausage to eat. And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. The meal on his plate turned into a sausage because of the promise given by the fairy. The woodcutter looked at his plate with surprise, but even more surprised was his wife. She looked at the woodcutter and then she looked at his plate, at the woodcutter, at the plate, at the woodcutter, at the plate. She was so astonished to see that how the meal on the plate had turned into a sausage. She asked her husband, "What is this? I gave you soup and bread, but how it turned into a sausage?" The woodcutter remembered his meeting with the fairy and her promise of the 3 wishes. He told his wife the entire episode. His wife exclaimed, "What? The fairy gave you promise of 3 wishes and you wasted it by asking for a sausage? Ugh! You are so foolish! You should have asked for gold or money or a house or something useful. You asked for a sausage? I wish that this sausage sticks to your nose for the end of your life." And through the word of the fairy, that's exactly what happened. The sausage got stuck onto the nose of the woodcutter. And then the woodcutter and his wife stared at each other in silence because they realized that now they had wasted even the 2nd wish. So the 1st wish was gone and now the 2nd wish was also gone. She decided that she could not waste the last wish. So she said, "We have already wasted 2 wishes. Let's not waste the 3rd wish. Let's decide right now that what we can ask for the final wish. How about a bag of gold? No. That's too less. How about a room full of gold? No. That's too less. How about a house full of gold? No. Why should I wish for a house? Why should I not wish for a palace?" Meanwhile, the poor woodcutter was standing there with the sausage hanging from his nose. He told his wife, "My dear wife, I think before deciding for a wish, let's remove the sausage from my nose." Yeah, let's do that. That's important." And so the wife began to pull the sausage from the nose of her husband. She pulled and pulled. Both the woodcutter and his wife, they pulled with all their strength, all their might. But the sausage would just not budge because the sausage was meant to be there for the entire life of the husband. This sausage is going to be stuck to my nose for the entire life. It's all your fault. You wished for this. It's all your fault. There was only one way to get rid of the sausage, and that was to make use of the 3rd wish. And before the wife could make any other wish, the husband, the poor woodcutter, wished, "I wish that this sausage be removed from my nose and come back on the plate." And that's what happened. The delicious sausage was back on the plate. So, I hope all of you enjoyed this funny little tale. What would you wish for? Do let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Till then, bye-bye.